don't know how long I have waited. I'm gonna tell you tonight. It is still my own. Oh, my love for you is still unknown. Alone. Till now, I've always gone by on my own. I never really cared until I met you. And now it chills me to the bone. How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone? Till now, I've always gone by on my own. I never really cared until I met you. And now it chills me to the bone. How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone?
All right, good morning, guys. As you come in, go and read the PowerPoint, please. PowerPoint has some key information. Okay, today's flexibility mastery number 1. You're going to turn into some little flexible pretzels today. Right, Brian Lou?
Yes,
Yes.
but are we talking about flexibility?
Flexibility today. Remember, that's one of our health-related components. All right, we'll let everyone come in. As they come in, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the PowerPoint. Jaden, you can see the PowerPoint, correct? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Good. Okay, thank you. Good. So quick review of it, guys. You'll need a yoga mat, towel, or soft surface today. Go ahead and get that now if you don't. 2 pillows or a couch cushion. Okay, that's going to help you out. Some space for activity. Make sure you're in comfort activewear that you can move around in. No jeans, guys and girls. And we really would like active participation today. We invite you to have your cameras on for today's guided activity. Me and Coach K will be teaming up on the activity today that we're doing. Okay. Get started in about 2 more minutes. I know I promised you 8:10 to begin. Kind of get yourself all ready. And like I promised before, here's what we're going to do now until 8:10. I said we're going to get up and dance. Okay, I want us to get up and dance. So I'm going to get up and dance. I don't care if you have your cameras on. I just want everyone to get excited. So today's going to be a good day. So we have a good song playing here. Can you guys hear it? Mama, can you hear my song?
Yeah.
Everyone knows, right? Come on. I don't see you dancing. Come on, Josie. Let me see you dance. Come on, Matthew Broyles. No dancing? There we go. I see you, Tanner. I see you bobbing your head. Yeah, you know the words. All right, let's play it one more time. 15 seconds. Good. Yeah. Hey, have a good day. All right, let's get started today, guys. It is 8:10 exactly. We're going to get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this screen. We're going to go back and we're going to review the week, what's going on here. So, guys, today we're in flexibility mastery number 1. Let's go. I have my calendar up here. Let's look over here. Let's go to this. Boom, boom. All right. So right now you should be able to see the main page. Correct, Broyles? You see Rancho Bernardo High School, home of the Broncos, right, Broyles? Give me a thumbs up if you see it. Okay, we see it. We're going to week 4. We are on week 4, surprisingly, guys and girls. We are on week 4. Let's talk about what we've done so far this week. Yesterday, we went over all these fitness facilities. Since you guys have been done, this PowerPoint deck here, September 28 fitness facilities has been added. This is study material for the quiz on Friday. I'll give you one question on the quiz is this. It says if you were going to go to a class that specializes in yoga type activities, which one would you pick? And the choice are something like 24-hour fitness, bar method, F45, or core power. What would be the answer? Who can give me the answer?
Core power.
Core power, very good. Those are the type of questions that are going to be on there, okay? So make sure you study this PowerPoint. Also, a copy of the lesson is right here in the link that you guys can look at, and I am recording today's lesson so you can look back on it. Today we are in Tuesday. Today you're going to do a guided practice. After we do the guided practice, you're going to fill out this reflection down here. You're going to do that on here with us, okay, because there's going to be names of some poses. We want to answer any questions. The PowerPoint we're going to go over is on here too. And then you're going to do flexibility mastery number 1. Flexibility mastery number 1 is going to be, you're going to pick 4 movements. Correct, Katie, 4 movements? Yeah. You're going to pick 4 movements that you're going to show mastery on it for the flexibility mastery and the flip grid. There's going to be about 11 movements we're going to do today. You're going to only have to pick 4. Does that make sense, guys? You're only have to pick 4. So we're going to go over them in detail, but we want to make sure you understand. Tomorrow, remember, we don't meet, but you do have your Map My Run to turn in. Don't forget, guys, on your Map My Run, you can do that any day and turn in that day if you want. If you want to do it tonight, if you wanted to do it last night, whatever. If you want to do one Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday, we're going to get together. We're going to go through another workout. Okay, the workout's on here, so you have an idea what we're going to do for the workout. Friday, you're going to have a lot of activities this week. Okay, you're going to have a lot of activities. You're going to have your Map My Run's going to be due. You can do your Map My Run early. You're going to have a quiz, and you're going to have your design your own workout and execute it. Okay, now keep in mind on the design your own workout, you're going to turn in both a Flipgrid and a graphic organizer this week. Okay, guys, this is going to be open as of Thursday night. Well, I'll make sure it is. So if you want to do your workout a little early, that's fine too, or the quiz a little early. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm you on Friday, but it's all going to be due Friday. Please turn in as close to the end of the day on Friday as possible. Okay, so hopefully that's understood. Again, remember, it's all on here for you guys to go over. And without further ado, let's get to today's lesson. So I'm going to pull up this PowerPoint again that we're on. Okay, and we're going to talk about flexibility in detail today. Guys, don't forget, remember, guys, we talked about the components of health-related fitness, okay? And that was like our week 0 kind of activity, okay? And in week 0, we talked about body composition, muscular endurance, muscular strength, cardiovascular endurance, and flexibility. This is one of our components. We are eventually going to use this component as our cool down from our workouts. So it's going to be very important we understand all of this stuff. So today we are going to do a movement challenge, okay? We are going to do an introduction of flexibility, and we are going to do a guided yoga with static movements. And then we're going to have a reflection and movement mastery. Okay, movement challenge. Here's what we're going to do right now. I want you guys all to sit on the floor where you can hear me still, okay? You're all going to sit on the floor where you can hear me. You're all going to open up your legs wide, kind of like we're, so legs out wide. You're going to see a demonstration of this. And you're all going to try to lean forward and touch your elbows to the floor. Okay, can you do it? So you need to look like this little girl right here. Let's see who can do it. Go ahead and try it. I know I can't. I tried it the other day. I cannot do it. You can do it. And I want to know by a show of hands, how many of you could do this like this little girl's doing right here? Let me see you, Matthew, big, strong guy. Let me see if you can do this. Matthew McGollness, come on, try it. Come on, guys, try it.
Wait, what little girl?
Shoes on. Should I take them off?
What's that?
I have shoes on.
Yeah, go ahead and take off your shoes, Matthew. That's fine. Okay. So
Should
once
I take off my socks as well?
no, you can leave your socks on. Okay. Now once you've tried it, go ahead and come back up. Okay. And I know Coach K is going to go over this too. Now, were any of you able to do it? How many of you were able to do it? Anybody able to do it?
Do what?
See on the screen, I have this little girl, Matthew. Legs wide, sit on the floor, spread your legs out wide, and touch your elbows to the ground.
I can't see her. It's just on the first slide.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Thank you very much. Now let's reshare. Boom, and share. Now can you guys see her?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's the movement I want you guys to try. Try to do. Okay? This is to show you guys, you're not getting great on this, to show you guys the importance of flexibility and how unflexible we kind of are. Are all of us going to be able to do this? Maybe not. Okay, flexibility is something kind of that has a little bit genetic factors, but we also, our bodies get really tight in everything we do unless we work on it. Okay, now, as far as hold on. Okay. Now, as far as flexibility, guys, flexibility is a health-related component, like I talked about, of physical fitness. It relates to the range of motion available at the joints. Okay, keep in mind, our joints all connect in our body and they are held together, okay, by tendons and ligaments. Now, tendons and ligaments, we'll talk a little bit more when we get to anatomy, okay? Now, a tendon connects muscle to bone, a ligament connects bone to bone, okay? And that's kind of where we get our flexibility from and all that. Range of motion means how much movement you can make around a specific joint or body part, how much flexibility you have with that. Joints are where two bones meet, i.e. your elbow joint, shoulder joint, hip joint, thumb joint. Those are some of the more important joints of the body. But at every joint, you have a certain amount of flexibility is what we're trying to make you guys understand. Oops. All right, the 6 benefits of flexibility. With flexibility, you have fewer injuries, okay? Because the amount of flexibility is how much you can move, and it's not necessarily going to stop you in certain ways. You're going to have less pain with more flexibility. You're going to improve your posture and balance. A positive state of mind. There's a lot of studies that show the more flexible are you, the more easier you can move, the more positive state of mind you have. You're going to have greater strength. If you're less flexible without strength, you can have joint instability. Strength, flexibility produces things. If you don't have flexibility and inadequate range of motion, can lead to tears and problems with your posture. Me, I've been working on my flexibility, especially my shoulder joint, because I generally have a rounded shoulder girdle, so I've been really trying to work on it too. And it's going to improve physical performance. And what I mean by that is, if you have more range of motion and more flexibility, okay, what's going to happen is it's going to let your muscles move more proficiently, which can improve your physical performance. Now, there are 3 types of stretching, 3 main types of stretching. There's static. Static means we're going to go and hold at a certain range for a certain amount of time. That's a static one. There's dynamic. Dynamic is where we move to a stretch kind of in a fast motion and then hold it for 2 or 3 segments. And then there's ballistic. We won't do ballistic a lot. Ballistic is something you kind of see on Karate Kid where he forces the muscles out in a certain range of motion and makes it very, very dramatically stretched out. And that's like the ballistic one. Are you paying attention, Emma? Make sure you're paying attention. Okay, now we're going to go through our guided yoga practice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over the screen to Coach K. And Coach K is going to go through your guided yoga practice for today. Now, this is going to be where you are going to pick 4 of these movements and do it in your flip grid. So make sure you're paying attention every way on this for your flip grid activity. 1 second, we'll get you started. Boom, boom. Okay. I'm getting all set up here, guys. Sorry, I got to unhost me, guys. Excuse the technical difficulties here. Can you make me back the host real quick, Katie, so I can undo my screen share? Okay. Are you still seeing my screen? Okay, there we go. All right, can you guys all see Coach Katie on the screen? Okay, good, good. Coach Katie is now the spotlight video, and I will turn it over to Coach K.
All right. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here and letting me lead you. So one thing I do want to say, I know some of these movements might be uncomfortable or maybe while you're doing this, you're realizing you're not as flexible, and that's okay. And that's what the pillow is for, both pillows if you need to, and the blanket. So, and I also want to invite you to just say yes and just try out these movements, and we're going to do these together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to guide you, lead you through these movements, and I'll check in, and Coach Joe will check in as well and see how we're doing with our posture. And I'll be explaining as best I can of where to move your body and what positions you should be in. So first things first, I'm going to back up here. So right now, we're on our yoga mat, we're on our comfortable spot, and we're just gonna cross our legs. We're gonna get comfortable, whatever comfortable position that is for you. Wait till some of you get moving.
Good. Some of you guys, we'll give you time. Some of you guys are getting your computer set up on your area. We understand.
Nice.
Those of you guys with the screen on, remember, we invite you to turn on your screen so we could help you.
And flexibility is very important. We want to make sure your posture is in the right, you're doing the right things so you prevent injury. Okay, so I see most of you are seated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit up straight. Our spine is as straight as possible. Our shoulders are back. They're also just relaxed, and our hands are to your side on the ground, or maybe they're on your knees. And we're just gonna take 10 deep breaths, and we're gonna inhale through our nose and out through our mouth. You can close your eyes if you need to. Go to that nice place, in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. 5 more, in through your nose. All right, and from here, we're gonna do a couple head turns, do some slow, wide head neck circles. Really feel that neck moving. We're gonna go around for 4 times. Make sure we're going slow, but not overexerting ourselves.
These are neck rolls, boys and girls.
All right, now go the other way. Opposite way, neck rolls. Put your head all the way back to the side, chin forward. Okay, and then from here, bring your head back to center. Now we're gonna move our shoulders up, and we're gonna squeeze as tight as we can, and then we're gonna release. So we're gonna squeeze our shoulders kind of close to our ears, hold and release. Squeeze to your shoulders and release.
Full range of motion, up and down.
And squeeze one more time. Squeeze your shoulders, bring them up, and release. And we're gonna do some shoulder rolls. Really get in that range of motion. So let's go backwards a couple times. Now let's go forward. Okay, shoulders resting. Now go back to our neck and head. We're just gonna go from, we're gonna move our chin side to side. We're gonna look left and right. Make sure we're moving it slowly. Don't want to get too dizzy. And then from there, we're gonna go, you're gonna put your chin to your chest and then look up to the sky. Chin to your chest, up to the sky. 2 more times. All right, head back to center. Okay, so next we're gonna do something called the child's pose. So what that means is you're gonna get on your, sit on your heels, have the shins to the ground, to your mat. If it's too much tension in your knees, you could grab your towel or your blanket and place that under your knees. Also, you could either have your knees together or have them apart, whichever one is more comfortable for you. And you want to be in a nice seated position. Your bottom can be in between your heels, or if your knees are together, they could be on top. If that's too difficult, if that's uncomfortable sitting down that way, you can place a pillow in between your heels and your bottom, and you are kind of hoisted up a little more. Just get in whichever, any of those comfortable positions, and it's all part of the child's pose. And then from here, I'm gonna move my pillow. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lean forward. So you're gonna reach your reach your fingers as far as you can. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna rest your neck and place your forward on your mat. Now, if that's too hard, you don't have to put your head on your mat. You can also use your second pillow and put your head on your pillow, your forehead on your pillow, where you wanna release that tension in your neck and your shoulders. So if that pillow helps you release that tension, then that's what that's for. If you
Child's pose.
Yes. And we're just gonna hold.
Let your body sink into the ground.
Yes, like energy sink to the ground. Focus on your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Nice job. Couple more breaths. Inhale. And
Deep
then
breaths in and out.
Exhale. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna come out of that child's pose. First we're gonna stay there. Hands are still forward, and now we're gonna press forward. So we're gonna transfer into the tabletop position. So we're still here, hands forward, feet still, or top of the feet still on our mat. We're gonna move to the tabletop position, where hands are gonna be underneath our shoulders. And then from there, we're gonna press forward. So we're gonna push our hips to the ground now. And this position right here is called the cobra.
Cobra pose. Cobra pose.
The tops of our feet are still pressed onto our mat. Our shoulders are over our hands. We're pressing into our palms. You can look up and really rest your hips, all your energy in your hips. Feel that low back. And then we're gonna transfer back to the child's pose. So we're gonna do this a few times. So after pushing forward, we're gonna move back into child's pose, bring your bottom back to your heels, and then we're gonna push forward again.
Guys, this is a mini flow. We're going child's pose to cobra pose. Child's pose to cobra pose.
Make sure we're watching our breaths. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Keep moving back and forward. Really press into the hips. Okay, now we're gonna get back into the tabletop position, which is on all fours. And we're gonna do 2 moves. 2 moves. These are gonna be called the cow pose and the cat pose. So the cow pose, happens when you, so right now, still tops of our feet pressed into the mat. Our fingers are under our shoulders. We're gonna inhale. And while we do that, we're gonna drop our belly towards the floor. And as we do that, we're gonna round our shoulders back and look to the top. So imagine you're pressing your belly to the floor. And then this is the cow pose. And then from here, we're gonna go the opposite way and we're gonna turn into a cat. So when we exhale, we're gonna engage our core to pull our middle and upper back toward the ceiling. And we're gonna release our neck and we're gonna look towards our belly. So, and you also wanna try to bring your belly to your spine. So you're really engaging your core. And then we're gonna go back to cow pose. And so belly now to the ground, head to the ceiling, eyes looking up. And then we're gonna go back to the cat pose. Chin to your chest, navel to your spine. Doing these two really increases your flexibility with your shoulders and your spine. Good job. So keep going back and forth. So exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Okay, so the next position, we're still in our tabletop position, or we're back to the neutral tabletop. Now what we're gonna do with our toes, we're now gonna put them into the ground. So we are now releasing our top feet and we're putting our toes into the ground, almost like we're ready to sprint. So toes into the ground. We want our fingers to be as sprawled out as possible. So we want our fingers to be as wide as we can. And we want to keep our shoulders stable. And what we're gonna do from this point is we're gonna move up. So watch me as I'm gonna pretend like I have a string on my lower back and I'm gonna poke out. And I still have a slight bend in my knees. My ears are next to my arms. I'm looking at my toes. I'm relaxing my forehead. And I have my lower back and my bottom is stable. So at this point, I'm really stretching and I really feel that stretch in my hamstrings, a little bit in the calves. So let's go ahead and start there, or let's go ahead and get there. So tabletop position, then we're gonna push our energy, pretend there's a string on your back and you're gonna push back with your hands. You're gonna feel the force in your palms and you're gonna really feel that stretch in your hamstrings and your calves. You can start to what's called pedaling, move your knees in and out. You'll feel that in the soleus as well, which is right beneath your calf. So there's different calf muscles that you have. You'll really feel it. This is great this is a great stretch and flexibility movement for cycling. A lot of cyclers injure their soleus, their lower calves. So this is a great way to stretch that part of your body. I'm just gonna go in and out with your knees. We're pedaling. Awesome, okay. So from there, we're still in the downward dog position. What I want you to do is bring one leg up, try and balance. It doesn't need to be all the way up in the air, just in the air is fine. And you're gonna drive that knee in between your hands. And then from there, we want our hips to look forward. We want them to be facing forward. If you want to make it more difficult, you can try and get this leg into a 90-degree angle. Those are if you're very flexible and your hips are very open. If not, you can move your your heel closer to your body. So in this position, you're almost like sitting on your heel. But again, you really want to focus on your hips facing forward. And from here, so what we're doing is we're going to just go down and we're going to feel that stretch. You're going to feel that stretch in your gluteus and you're going to feel it in your hip flexor. You still, that long, the leg that's pointed out, you want the top of your foot to be pressed into the ground. And right here, we can just rest. And we're going to rest here for a little bit. You can put your forehead in your palms. Really feel that stretch. Inhale and exhale.
Good job, Matthew Reed. Don't forget to breathe in and out, boys and girls. It's called half
Nice
pitch.
job. Nice big inhales, nice big exhales.
Good job, Luke. Good job, Jackson. Good job, Charlize.
Okay, now we're gonna slowly come out of it, come back, and we're gonna go back into that downward dog. So we can start, so to get to the downward dog, we'll start in the tabletop position. From there, drive our toes into the ground, lift up. Press, make sure our ears are by our arms. We're looking at our toes. There's slight bend in our knees. From here, you're gonna raise your opposite leg, the opposite one you just raised. And again, we're gonna drive that through in between your two hands. Again, you can sit on your heel if you need to, or you can move your leg at a 90-degree angle. But again, we wanna really focus on our hips and move those and have them facing forward. That way we feel that stretch in our hip flexor and our glute. And again, this is the half pigeon pose. And from here, we're gonna go down to our elbows, place our hands back into our palms or our hands in a nice comfortable position, resting our forehead, and we're gonna take big inhales and big exhales.
Good job, Royals.
Make sure you let that neck go. We want to make sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. Keep breathing. All right, awesome. Now we're gonna bring it back. Awesome. You can stay in that seated position. I just want to bring you in for like an intermission and to ask some questions, kind of check in. So first thing I want to ask, are you able to compare, so these flexibility movements, are you able to compare what we just did to stretches we do before we exercise? Have you seen a difference? Ryan, do you see a difference? Or do you know of a difference? Do you mind sharing? Okay, that's
And what
fine.
was that?
Are you able to compare these movements with to stretches we do before we exercise? So is there a difference between what we're doing now and what you do prior to exercising?
I don't know about that.
Oh, Matthew, can you think of anything? Is there something different you do before you exercise?
No, I just get to exercising.
Oh, you get right into it. Okay. Well, we'll probably address that a little later.
But
Okay, that's fine.
I also flexed it.
You also,
So
yeah,
I
you
can see
flex.
the video. Can see the video while you record.
That's fine. Okay. So also, I want you to, so try and predict what would happen. So here we go. We'll use that situation. So predict what would happen to your body every time you finished running on the treadmill at the gym. You skipped a post-workout stretch and you just went straight home. You ate food and you watched TV. Can you predict what would happen to your body if you did that for 5 days straight?
You get calories in the body, of course.
Yes, that could, yeah, you'll get calories. But think about your body. If you don't stretch after you exercise.
Your body's gonna break down somehow.
Yeah. So imagine your body as a rubber band. It never being touched. It just sits on your desk forever. And then all of a sudden you just try and see how far it can go. It's gonna break, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna snap. So we want to attend to our body. We want to treat it like it is a rubber band. We can't just decide to use it one day and then just use it at its maximum capacity and then stop. We have to kind of ease into, that's why there's cool downs and warm ups, because we can't just throw ourselves into fitness and then call it a day. That just eventually gives wear and tear to our body and our muscles. We're not really treating it nicely by doing that. Okay, so also, can you think of one more question and then we can get back to it. So I want you to take a moment and think for a second, and I want you to analyze the impact of these flexibility movements these would have on your mind and body if you do these twice a week. What do you think? What kind of impact would that make on you mentally and physically? Yeah, Alex.
Calmer. Oh
yeah, no, yeah, Bruce. Yeah, it'll make you calmer. Awesome.
And it will have it'll probably decrease less muscular pain too, and risk less muscular pain. How flexible you can get. Yeah.
Yeah,
and to a
absolutely.
extent, like I don't flex at all. It's kind of been a problem, but it's okay though. I can still do it somehow.
Yeah, you need to yeah, your muscles will be more relaxed and they'll they'll honestly work better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, awesome. Great job. We got into the rhythm there. We figured it out. Okay, so next move, we're gonna go to the second portion of the movement. So right now, let's return back to our comfortable position on our mats, on our carpet. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna start off on your back. So we're gonna lay on our backs. Lay on our backs. Emma, are you laying on your back? Turn it over. Awesome. Great job. Okay, so from here, we're going to tuck our knees into our chest and we're going to hug our knees. Nice. You can roll around a little bit from side to side. Really feel that. Awesome. Okay, so from there, we're going to roly-poly on up. We're going to get on our 2 feet, slowly get up. stand on our 2 feet. And from here, we're just gonna take, we're gonna take 5 deep breaths. So we're gonna inhale. Use your arms if you want to. Inhale. Arms going up and inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, we're gonna inhale. Reach, and then we're gonna exhale. One more, we're gonna inhale. And then we're gonna exhale, release. Okay, so for this next part, we're gonna really focus on our breaths and we're gonna focus on our balance. So if you need to use a wall, go ahead and move closer to a wall. So first movement we're gonna do, we're gonna put one leg to our chest. So we're gonna try, so you can interlock your fingers and you're gonna pull, you can grab right below your knee and you can pull in and bend the stationary knee onto the ground, have a little slight bend. So right here, we're gonna inhale. Exhale, focus on your breathing, focus on your balance. Really try and drive your hips forward, that helps your balance. Okay, awesome, then you can release that leg. And we're gonna use the same leg and we're gonna grab it by the, grab your foot and you're gonna pull your foot back, your hips are gonna move forward and your knee's gonna be pointed to the ground. Really focus on that pull and you're gonna feel that stretch in your groin area, your hip and your quads. Just hold it for a little bit. 8, 9, 10. Okay, release that leg. Awesome. Now we're gonna grab the other leg below the knee and we're gonna bring that in with your chest. Focus on your breath, focus on your balance. Bend that stationary leg a little bit. Awesome, release that leg. From there, you're going to grab your foot, that same leg, and you're gonna pull it back a little bit. Remember, drive your hips forward, focus on our balance, use that wall if you need to. Have that knee pointed to the ground. You're gonna hold. Okay, awesome. Okay, so from here, this one might be my favorite movement. So from here, you're gonna move your back at like a half position, almost just kind of hanging. Make sure your spine is flat, your back is flat. From here, you're gonna touch the ground with your fingers. Touch the ground with your fingers. You can touch with your palms with a slight bend. And from here, I want you to move back and forth with your knees, kind of like pedaling like we did earlier. Feel those movements in your hamstrings, a little bit on the calves. This is really stretching your low back as well. Okay, and from here, we're still bent over. I want you guys to grab, you're gonna kind of shift your weight to your heels and the center of your feet. You're gonna grab your elbows. And what we're gonna do from here, you're gonna kind of sink your head down. Your ears are gonna almost be in between your arms, and we're just gonna sway back and forth. Make sure we're breathing, watch your balance. We're just gonna breathe and sway. From here, you'll feel your hamstring, your low back is moving. Keep swaying and just kind of release. Release that tension in your neck. Awesome. And then from there, you're just gonna slowly release your hands and we're gonna slowly move back up. Move your hands up your body. Move back up, take one deep breath in. Release one out, exhale. And we are done with those movements. Great job. Now let's bring it back. So right now, just in a show of like a finger scale, on a scale of 1 to 4, how does your body feel right now? 1 being bad, 4 being awesome. How does it feel right now? 2. Ryan, I like the 3, 4.
To be honest.
I'll take. No, that's okay. It's okay. I like honesty.
Wait, are you talking about me?
I'm talking to all of you. What, Brian, where do you have a 3? Okay, okay. Awesome. Josephine, I like the 4. Great, awesome. Mindy, 3. These are good. And sometimes these, so this is kind of like an intro to yoga. And these are just like stretches and introduction to flexibility. So maybe these aren't for everyone or just the yoga part, but the flexibility, it's really important. We want to make sure we're not snapping our rubber band body. You know, we want to be gentle with it. We want to kind of just like a lot like in a rubber band, elastic. Like we don't want to snap it. We don't want to just let it hang. We want to give it some tension. Okay, so right now what you guys are going to do is you're going to go into Canvas. There's a flexibility reflection under today. It's a Google form, and you're going to fill that out real quick. Coach Joe is sharing his screen so you know where it is. So you go to week 4, go to today, the first link under daily tasks, flexibility reflection. You should be seeing ballerinas at the top. And be honest. I want to hear your honesty. Remember, we're also, you'll be in charge of 4 movements that we did during that flexibility guide.
Wait, do we need to do the flexibility mastery?
Yes, that'll be after we get off the Zoom meeting.
Guys, also don't go rush to do it because there's going to be videos uploaded of them too if you don't understand them.
I'm having a hard one in saying about explain the 2 benefits. What does that mean? For example.
So in the PowerPoint in the beginning, there was a list of 6 benefits of flexibility. So that was like, less injury, less chance of injury, less pain, improved posture and balance, a positive state of mind, improved physical performance, greater strength, any of those that you find that are, you know, or those mean something to you as to why flexibility would be good for you.
Something about stressing.
Yeah, so I think you would put, so maybe you would put there that having a positive state of mind means something to you in terms of flexibility, because you really value your mental health or things like that. That's just an example. Or maybe let's say you play football and all you do, you know, live, eat, sleep football. Maybe you want to, in terms of flexibility.
I didn't play football.
That's okay. Maybe
I play tennis.
Oh, okay. You need some flexibility in tennis. right?
Yes.
What about when you serve? You're really reaching, huh? You have to reach to make contact with that ball, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that range of motion of your shoulder coming up and coming down, you could talk about that. That'll improve your physical performance by doing these flexibility movements. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you get it.
All right, I have my fights. Hmm? Ow.
All right, boys and girls, cool. So that was our first introduction, okay, to our flexibility mastery. Now, let's talk about what you're going to do from here. We are going to go and we're going to post videos of all these. We're a little behind on posting videos. We're going to post videos of all these so you can rewatch them. But if you look on the website, I'll share my screen again, okay? If we look on the page, we have a list of poses here that we want you to pick 4 of these 6 to demonstrate. So right now, there should be an alignment between some of these and knowing what they are, okay? Child's pose, cobra, cat, cow, downward dog, half pigeon. If you do not know what they are, okay, this video of this lesson is going to be up for you to rewatch it. You could do what we call a flipped classroom where you can look these up and these will come on. Make sure you put pose on them. Someone else will teach them. But it's up to you to learn these and be able to perform these on your flip grid. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense.
Do we have to describe them in our
Good,
flip
good.
grid, or do we just?
So that is your assignment for today. Okay, this will be up there in the exit ticket. Obviously, you all should have already filled out the reflection, and we will check that. And that is your assignment today. We will keep this assignment open most of the day today into the first half of tomorrow if you need to do it. Okay. If there's any questions, we're always an email away. Okay. We are going to incorporate this flexibility unit into a flow, and this is going to start to be our cool down, okay, for everything we're going to do to increase flexibility. But that's where we're going with this. Are there any questions before I let you guys go?
I have a question.
Nope.
Nope, nothing.
If not,
Nope.
great job, guys. Make
She
sure you
does.
do Map My Run
Somebody has.
tomorrow. If you have any questions, guys, we are here for you. I am here for you. Thank you to Coach K for doing those demonstrations. And if you don't have any questions, I'll let you go. Otherwise, I'll stick around for any questions you might have. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
I have one. I'm still
Brian, do you have a question?
just in case.
Hold on, I gotta unmute my thing. I'm sorry, guys.
You forgot to stop.
Brian, you have a question?
You forgot to stop recording.
Go ahead. I hear you now. Go ahead.
But I've one more thing. In case of flexibility reflections, it says, how do I utilize flexibility in your own personal fitness goals? What does that mean?
Well, it's based on you. How do you use flexibility in your physical? How does it align to you? I mean, do you want to be able to move around better? That might be a reason for flexibility. Do you want to prevent possible injury? That might be a flexibility goal. It's however you think flexibility will benefit you right now. And that's going to change over time as we teach you more about flexibility. You might not really have an answer right now. You might say, I don't know at this time. It's just going to kind of depend. Does that make sense, Brian?
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll see you later.
See you later.
Have a
Jack,
good
do you
day,
have a
Coach.
question? Yeah, go ahead. Alex, go ahead.
I said, have a good day, Coach.
Oh, you too, Alex Blaz. I got your assignment. I responded to you.
Yes. Thank you. All right, bye.
Broyles, you have a question? Ms. Wasser? All right, guys. Have a great day.